The April 17, 2023 City of Vandalia Council meeting is now called to order. We'll start with a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Lewis.
Your Honor, before we get started, I'd like to move to amend our agenda to include resolution, a resolution 23R30, waiving competitive bidding and authorizing the purchase of one crime prevention vehicle from Bo Townsend Ford in the amount of $51,215, and declaring a 2008 Ford Taurus as surplus property.
All right, I have a motion by Vice Mayor Lewis to amend this evening's agenda to include Resolution 23-R-30. Can I have a second?
Second.
All right, call the roll.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Park?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. Council, you've had an opportunity to review the council study session minutes of March 20th and the council meeting minutes of March 20th. Are there any comments or corrections? Being none, they stand approved, and that brings us to communications, petitions, and award. And this evening, we're going to issue a proclamation to make the month of May Bicycle Month. So at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Chuck Smith to come to the podium. For anyone who doesn't already know, Mr. Chuck Smith is the chairman of our bicycle committee. How long have you been on the committee?
Well, many years.
Many
Yeah,
years.
30. Yeah.
That's what we were kind of talking about here when we got started. Like, how many years now have we dedicated May as Bicycle Month? And of course, the proclamation says it goes back to 1995, so we've done this quite a few times.
Yeah. So,
But anyway, here is the proclamation designating the month of May, the Bicycle Month. So I'd like to give you the opportunity to tell us a little bit about what's going on with the bicycle community and what we could do as a council to be more involved. And
well, I did want to thank you and the council for all of your support of cycling over the years. That's what's made this possible. Vandalia is a bicycle-friendly community, and we appreciate all that support, and also the support of our staff, of course. Amber and the staff members have given us great support over the years, and we have some big things coming, actually. I've been working on trying to get easy bicycle access to Taylorsville Metro Park for several years now. And finally, we're going to bring this about. And yeah, we're going to make it happen, and I'm excited about that. That's certainly something to look forward to on the horizon. And also, there are things like encouraging cycling in the community. We'd like to actually have bicycle parking at our businesses. The ones that offer that to us, that will be very beneficial in getting people out riding and another way, getting around the community in another way on two wheels. So we certainly appreciate that and appreciate all your support.
well, we're hoping that the connector to the park will be done, what, in 2025? Is that what we were saying earlier? Yeah. Goes out to bid here in May of '24, right? All right.
Yeah, that's wonderful. We really appreciate that.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we have no public hearing, and that brings us to comments from interested citizens. So if anyone would like to make a comment, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and your comment. Being none, I'll close the public hearing, and we'll go on to the city manager's report. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you. Just one item for you this evening. On Friday, April 28th at 1 p.m., the city will hold an Arbor Day event at Helke Park. Mayor Herbst will present a proclamation, and the city will plant a sugar maple tree. This event is open to the public.
All right, thank you. We have no old business, and that brings us to the first resolution of this evening, that being Resolution 23-R-27. Ms. Wall, by title only?
Resolution 23R. Let me start over. Resolution 23-R-27, a resolution awarding the bid for removal and replacement of certain curbs and sidewalks requested by Development and Engineering Services to Frenfrock Construction Company, Inc. at the lowest and best bid price of $474,000.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you. The city opened bids for the annual concrete project on Tuesday, April 12th, 2023. The city previously requested competitive bids for the project, however, there were no submissions. For reasons relating to timeliness of the concrete program and subsequent asphalt overlay project, I'm requesting authorization the same night that the bids are introduced. 3 bids were received ranging from $474,000 to $737,485.50, with an estimated project price of $490,000. The project includes replacing deteriorated curbs and sidewalks, as well as installing ADA-compliant ramps as needed at each intersection of the annual asphalt overlay project. In consideration of the foregoing, I am recommending awarding the contract for this project to Frenfrock Construction Company, Inc. as the lowest and best bid at their price of $474,000. The 2023 capital budget includes $1,339,000 for concrete repairs and street resurfacing. As a side note, it is likely that City Manager Wendt will request to introduce bids and to request authorization for negotiating and entering into a contract for the annual asphalt overlay project on the same night at the May 15th meeting. This request is necessary because the city did not receive bids during the initial competitive bidding, and the city must complete the asphalt overlay project before the asphalt plants close this fall. It should also be noted that the project will likely carry into the beginning of the school year, but the city will work with the schools to minimize any disruptions.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 23-R-27 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Farce and a second by Councilman Ayers to approve Resolution 23-R-27 as presented. Are there any comments from council? Call the roll.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. Next, we have Resolution 23-R-28.
Resolution 23-R-28, a resolution amending the part-time pay plan for employees of the City of Vandalia, Ohio for the year 2023.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
In November of 2022, council approved a 2% market adjustment to the part-time pay plan. Given market conditions and the need for the city to remain an attractive and competitive place for part-time employees to work, City Manager Wendt is recommending that City Council increase the part-time pay plan by an additional 1% above this rate. This change will apply to all part-time classification rates except tip positions, which will remain the same. This change would be effective on January 1st, 2023, and would cost approximately $22,215 across the organization. Approval of this update aligns with our citywide policy goals of trust and confidence, fiscal sustainability, small city big opportunity, and vibrant.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 23R28.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Blakesley and a second by Vice Mayor Lewis to approve Resolution 23-R-28 as presented. Are there any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, next we have, and that motion passes 6-0. Next we have Resolution 23-R-29.
Resolution 23-R-29, a resolution amending the general services pay plan for employees of the City of Vandalia, Ohio for the year 2023.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
In November of 2022, Council approved a 2% market adjustment to the general services pay plan ranges. Given market conditions and the need for the city to remain an attractive and competitive place for full-time, non-union employees to work, City Manager Wendt is recommending that City Council increase the general services pay plan ranges by an additional 1% above the current rate. This change will apply to all classifications included in the general services pay plan, and this change would be effective on January 1st, 2023, and will cost approximately $1,321 across the organization. The 1% adjustment is less costly than the part-time pay plan because changes will only be made to bring employees up to the new minimum rate. Approval of this update aligns with our citywide policy goals of trust and confidence, fiscal sustainability, small city big opportunity, and vibrant.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 23-R-29.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Ayers and a second by Councilman Blakesley to approve Resolution 23-R-29. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Ayers,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. The last resolution we have is 23-R-30.
Resolution 23-R-30, a resolution waiving competitive bidding and authorizing the purchase of one crime prevention vehicle from Bo Townsend Ford in the amount of $51,215 and declaring a 2008 Ford Taurus as surplus property.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
VPD's Crime Prevention Officer participates in many community activities and events. The Crime Prevention Officer is assigned a city vehicle, which is utilized at many of our community events and is a visible representation of the city and the Vandalia Division of Police. Chief Althouse is proposing to waive competitive bidding and to authorize the Vandalia Division of Police to purchase a 2023 Ford F-150 XL hybrid pickup truck from Bo Townsend Ford in the amount of $51,215. VPD's capital budget has a $52,000 allocated for the replacement of the crime prevention vehicle. The crime prevention vehicle will be marked with the new department logo as well as our new city brand, and will be a great tool to represent the division at recruiting activities, community events, and parades. The Ford F-150 truck will replace a 2017 Ford Explorer, which will be transitioned as an unmarked vehicle and assigned to police administration to replace a 2014 Ford Taurus, which will be utilized as part of the city fleet either in the Division of Police or another department.
All right, thank you. Can I have a motion?
I'll move that we approve Resolution 23-R-30 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Lewis and a second by Councilwoman Fairst to approve Resolution 23-R-30 as presented. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have one ordinance in the first reading, that being ordinance 23-08.
Ordinance 23-08, an ordinance amending the text of the Vandalia zoning code relating to solar energy systems.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
City staff has proposed amendments to the city's planning and zoning code to refine current regulations on solar energy systems. If approved, the proposed changes would amend Chapter 1224, accessory uses, and Chapter 1244, definitions. The proposed amendments address regulations dealing with both roof-mounted and ground-mounted solar panels, as well as clarifications regarding current prohibitions against standalone solar farms. At its meeting on March 28, 2023, the Planning Commission voted 4-1 to recommend approval of this text amendment. Although all Planning Commission members verified and approved the criteria that was outlined in the code, the lone dissenting member of the Planning Commission did not provide a reason for voting to reject the proposal.
All right, thank you. Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve resolution, or ordinance 23-8 as first reading.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Ayers and a second by Councilwoman Fairst to approve ordinance 23-08 in the first reading. Are there any comments from council?
I'd like to make one. I know this has been the great debate, and for going green versus aesthetics and such, and versus technology. You know, I feel that we go more toward a green, more environmentally friendly, green type. But since then, I've talked to a few people and have had phone calls that agree that the aesthetic side of it for now, I would tend to agree with the neighbors. And until technology's better, I think then we can look at it again. And I would hope that that's around the corner when technology meets aesthetics, that it would be much improved. Obviously, for what we can do now, or what is available in technology is the roof-mounted shingles, but I know that that pricing on that is a little exorbitant at this time. So when that technology and price comes down, I would hope that we can look at this in another light. And it can already allow the shingle type, but hopefully we can see it in the future.
All right, thank you. Any other comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. We have no ordinances in their second reading. However, we do have one emergency ordinance, that being Emergency Ordinance 23-09. Ms. Wall?
Ordinance 23-09, an ordinance approving individual assessments amounts and directing the finance director or her designee to certify the amounts to the county auditor for collection and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you, Your Honor. This emergency ordinance assesses properties for delinquent accounts related to stormwater fees, trash collection, delinquent sewer and water, and weed cutting.
All right, thank you. And since this is an emergency ordinance, we'll open up a public hearing, so if anyone would like to comment on this ordinance, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and your comment. Being none, I'll close the public hearing. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve ordinance 23-09 as an emergency.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Blakesley and a second by Councilwoman Fairst to approve ordinance 23-09 as an emergency. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. Next, we have reports from boards and commissions where we have a variance request for a fence at 1010 Industrial Park Drive. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you. ISF Trucking has requested a variance for a fence in the front yard on property located at 1010 Industrial Park Drive. The applicant has proposed fencing the entire perimeter of the property, placing the fence approximately 150 feet in front of the building. The proposed chain link fence would be vinyl coated with privacy slats. On March 22, 2023, the Board of Zoning Appeals voted 5-0 to recommend approval with two conditions, which are included in your packet.
All right, thank you. Have a motion?
Your Honor, move that we approve the variance request for the fence at 1010 Industrial Park Drive with the two recommendations.
Second.
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Lewis and a second by Councilman Blakesley to approve the variance request for a fence at 1010 Industrial Park Drive with the recommendations by the Board of Zoning Appeals. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers?
No.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, and the motion passes 5-1. Next, we have the March 2023 bill listing in the amount of $2,962,674.48, with the March expenses over $50,000 and the March purchase card detail in the amount of $21,619.25. We also have, that same thing. We're good. All right, and that brings us to council comments. Ms. Wall?
Nothing from the Law Director's Office.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Councilwoman Woods?
Nothing, thank you.
Councilman Blakesley?
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Councilmember Follick from all meetings tonight.
Second.
All right, I've got a motion to excuse Councilman Follick from all of tonight's meetings. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Jerry and Dan are not excused. Okay. All right, were any other comments?
Not tonight, thank you.
All right. Councilwoman Forrest?
None tonight, thank you.
Councilman Ayers?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. Vice Mayor Lewis?
No, thank you.
All right. The only thing I would like to do is give Mr. Smith an opportunity. I believe he's brought some things in for us that he didn't have earlier.
Yes, we in the Ohio Bicycle Federation publish an Ohio Bicycle Events Calendar each year. This lists all the bike tours in the state, and I have one for each of you. There's no charge. In fact, I have one for everybody in the audience, too. Any cyclists
great.
here, you're welcome to have a list of the bike tours. and
Thank
races.
you, thank you.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Appreciate that. Spend more time on the bike, I'd probably look more like this guy.
I look forward to that each year, thank you.
Depends on what fertilizer to do. I believe it is.
All right, and with that said, I have no further comments, so this meeting is adjourned.